So, hello everyone, and welcome back to the third virtual exchange. And as we anticipated at the beginning, our today the virtual exchange will be very practical, as we will hear from a trainee, from an international trainee, her experience and how the internship went, what did she get from the internship. And then we will also hear from a school in Sarajevo on how they are implementing the international mobility opportunities within the European Union. And so for today, as we said, we will start with some presentations so that we can in some way inspire you in joining this opportunity with us. And then I prepared an engaging and interactive activity together that we will do at the end to collect ideas and expectation from all of you. So I think that we can start with the first presentation, and here with us we have Elena Tefa from Greece, and here she is.
I'm here. Hi.
Yeah, I just need to. Okay. And okay, so hello, Elena. And today, with Elena, we are going to hear about her experience and how did she apply to the international internship. So first of all, I think, Elena, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So, hi everyone. I heard you are from schools, teachers. So I think this is going to be an interesting session for you because I am your ideal sample at this moment. I am Elena. I come from Greece. I studied in international and European studies in the University of Piraeus in Athens. And then at the end of my studies, I came to Italy for my Erasmus experience for the internship, Erasmus internship, in the company of Elisabetta in Egina. And up to this day, I'm still here, and we're just gonna talk about all of that. And that was briefly.
Yeah. And so my first question for you, Elena, is why did you decide to apply for an international internship, an international mobility?
So, I mean, the basic principle is that, you have to do internships to enrich your CV and to get all these points for that document only. And so you start with that thought, and then eventually you start looking into what you want to do for your internship. And so well, one of the factors that I chose the internship was because of financial reasons. So in an ideal world, I would have done studies first, Erasmus studies, and then Erasmus internship. But I chose the internship because I don't know, it held for me something more than the studies. And it would have also been more convenient. I hear someone.
Yeah.
It would have also been more convenient with finishing my studies in Greece first and not leaving any courses for the end to come back to, and then to lose all track of my studies and then start again. So that is also a big reason that I promote the internship more than the studies. Everybody knows the studies, but I think the internship is a bit more, and it's also a great introduction into your career life, your professional life. So that was the main
point. And then how did you choose the hosting company? Like, did your university suggested some options for you? How did you find Egina?
In university, there are some options suggested from previous interns that have gone on to internships abroad. My option was not one of them. I did my own research, mostly because the opportunities that we had available were for other departments. So there are so many opportunities available for departments like informatics, IT, business management. There's so many of them. International European studies was a bit more difficult to find, so I got to searching on my own, and I found Egina through Erasmus Intern. The website is called like that, and it was called EU Project Assistant, so it sounded very ideal for my studies background. And when I contacted, and then I went on my stalking mode, and I went through the website and everything. I looked through the projects, and it sounded very interesting. So
And so you started like by searching information online, and then you contacted the hosting organization, so the company you chose. And in all this process, how did your standing organization support you?
So in the part of finding a hosting organization, there's not much they can do, in the sense that it's not a part of the process they are actively involved in the first place. But from the point that you find your organization and up to the end of your internship, the sending organization, which in this case was oh,
Yeah. You're muted now, Elena. Sorry.
my screen blacked
Okay.
out. I don't know why.
No, but
Just like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
No
I
worries.
was saying, and from the beginning of the internship, before you leave, up until the very end that your internship ends, your sending organization is always there for to help you with documents, with financial questions, with logistics, with extensions, because I also did an extension of my internship, and that was a bit of a problem, because for financial reasons it was a bit of a question, how are we going to do it, if we're going to do it. So they were really supportive also there. They were always available through phone, email, just always there for any need.
And so did you have like a reference person, like a contact person from your standing organization?
I didn't have one specific person. There's a responsible of the Department of Sending in the
Mm-hmm.
University of Piraeus, but it's the whole department that
Mm-hmm.
helps you depending on what you need. They can also direct you to someone that's more involved in financial stuff if you need
Okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Great. And then on the other end, how did the hosting company, so in this case, like the company you went to, how did they support you during your stay?
So Gina provided almost everything for me. So there was accommodation agreed to beforehand. They provided me with a place to stay, with transport services for the bus to get to work. Any other needs that happened to come up during the stay, there was always a referent person, a mobility officer that you could go to and say, look, I have this problem, can you help me? And yeah, I mean, our referent person was always there in the mobility department, but also if we needed some other support on other things that some other colleague in the company that is not in mobility could help us with, like, I don't know, the boss, a project manager, a technician, a graphic designer, anything you need, everybody was always very available to help.
And so if you could tell us a little bit more about like what the internship was about. So what kind of activities did you carry out? Because at the beginning you said that it was like in EU, like as EU project assistant, but what is that?
So the beginning was a bit more vague than what it ended up being after 2 or 3 months, and that is because of the nature of the work. because you need to get to know all the ongoing projects. You need to understand the actions that have happened before and the ones that are going to happen in the next few months. You have to get familiar with what every project speaks about. So the beginning was a bit more vague. It was a bit like, can you do this translation for me? Can you help me organize this file? Can you do some research for me? The easy things that anyone can do without really knowing the background. As the internship went on, it really started looking more like an EU project assistant internship, because I knew what the project spoke about, what results I had to develop. And so I could actively contribute to parts of the activities and participate in meetings with partners. And anything that the project needed eventually became easier and more clear. So
And
I guess it also really depends on the project itself, what it requires. If it requires physical or like physical presence in an event, or to create a guidebook, it really depends, and it changes a lot, and it still does as work.
And if I may, what did you gain from the internship? So after this experience, how did your life change?
Well, first of all, it gave me a job. Because I stayed here and I continued what I started doing in my internship. I am still doing it in a much more profound way. I learned a lot about what the EU is in action, because in university you learn a lot about the theory stuff, like the EU is for this, for this, for this. Okay, then where do I see it? Where is it actually, in life? And the EU projects are the answer to that, because you make projects in order to create impact onto your real life, your community, your society, and that's where you really see the results. So it really gave me that new perspective. It also gave me a lot of digital skills that I didn't have before. I had your basic Microsoft Office knowledge. Now I know how to create an augmented reality experience. I mean, it would really changed in a more profound way. Like the surface things that you start learning them in a way deeper level. And your typical Erasmus experience positives is that you are discovering a new country, new people. I learned a whole new language in like less than a year. And just exploring such different possibilities was really great.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Helena. And but did you also encounter any challenges or difficulties over the way?
The biggest challenge was definitely the language. I think this is very country specific, because Italy is not super good with English. So, not so much at work, because we did a lot of our work in English, but in society, like going around, it was really difficult at first with my very elementary Italian to communicate. But it was overcome with time. And another challenge, I guess, would be some technicalities of the mobility itself, like housing issues, financial issues, for which I had a great support cycle inside the host company and the sending institution that really helped me to find solutions. So everything was solved at the end.
And my final question would be, do you have like any tips for international students who are about to, being involved in this opportunity?
I would say to do your own research, to find the companies that fit you best if you choose the internship, to find your perfect host, because they are out there and they're looking for you and they really need you. Um, and to just enjoy it and try to learn from it, and gain the most that you can absorb out of it, because every person that you meet has something to give you. So that would be it, I guess.
Okay. So thank you. Thanks a lot, Elena. And I don't know if from the teachers we have any questions or doubts about how the internship went. And I don't know, Elena, if you are willing to share maybe your working address, your working email address, of course, sorry. Just in case maybe other questions might arrive in the upcoming days. And at this point, I think that we can move on to our second part. And for the second presentations, we are going to hear, thank you, Elena. We are going to hear the experiences of students and teachers from a school in Sarajevo. And so I will welcome Inga and Iman from the Sarajevo school to open their cameras and so that we can see you. And they are accompanied by Anisa.
Hello. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And so I don't know if you have a presentation you would like to share or...
No, okay. Hello, everyone. Hello from Sarajevo. I hope you can all hear me. And I have been listening very carefully, my colleague, and I can say that many things I have already experienced with the mobility program and different activities, uh, including, of course, students and teachers exchanges. So let me just introduce myself. My name is Anisa Bijevic, and I am an English language teacher from the Secondary School of Hospitality and Tourism in Sarajevo. And I wish to thank you for giving me the opportunity to just to share my experiences on the mobility program, which, as I've already said, include the exchanges, students and teachers exchanges. We have actually accomplished a few of them, and we are very proud of that. And we have a very, when I say we, I mean I, but I hope that all other my colleagues share my opinion, because definitely that was a very positive, let's say, outstanding experience for me. So I've just prepared a kind of report, not a presentation, on this issue because unfortunately my students are waiting for me and I have a class. So I'll try to be to say this as shortly as I can. Of course, I'll give the opportunity to my students Inga and Iman to say a few things and to share their impressions on the students' exchanges. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So actually, our school took took part in a few projects related to this mobility issue. And as I've already said, we had the outstanding and very positive impressions. Actually, in 2016, myself, along with other 10 students, joint students exchange with gymnasium from Göteborg. That's the capital of Sweden. And we learned a lot. Actually, being a part of this exchange had many benefits, such as better understanding of other culture, improving language skills because the official language was English, bringing international perspectives to my classroom and to my school, and of course, the exposure of different education system. Then 2 years ago, we also took part in a project organized by Regional Youth Cooperation Office. That was actually the regional organization founded by the Western Balkans, 6 governments, and their aim was to promote the spirit of reconciliation and cooperation between the youth in this region through youth exchange programs. So our partner school was the school from Velika Plana, from Serbia. So I think this is the time when Iman and Inga can share their impressions on this exchange because they were the direct participants of this exchange. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Iman, Inga, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So, hello, my name is Inga. I'm from Sarajevo. Unfortunately, Iman is not able to join us because she has some technical issues, but I will tell briefly like my and her experience. So, as our teacher said, we had a chance to participate in a student exchange by a regional youth cooperation office. So, we went to Velika Plana, Serbia. I think that for Iman and me, that was the first time we went to Serbia, so it was something new. And considering that we had a Corona time in the first year of high school, we weren't really close. But that trip made us like really close, not only with like me and her, but between all our students in that school. It happened actually in bus that Iman actually found her boyfriend there, like they met, and since then they are together. So we like to joke like that they should travel more because their love will grow, just like they did when they first met. One of the main reasons that I joined actually like this student exchange because I love to meet new people, but I love to volunteer outside and to look just like what problems have our society so I can try to fix it and like just to improve it. And when I went to Serbia, I saw some similar things there that's happening here. And I like that helped me to see in a different way like world and people. Maybe not at that point, we didn't really saw it, but like the last day, like when group from Serbia came to us, we had a little problem there because I don't know if you all know, but like there was a war in Bosnia between Bosnia and Serbia, and they made like a big deal of it, and they wanted us like students that weren't like there, we weren't born or anything. They wanted us to like see through our parents' eyes what happened. So we were like, that past is past, we live in a future, we don't believe in war, like we live in a peace. So we were like all friendly, and actually one of the main ladies that were there, she was like, why don't you hate each other? We weren't there, we really don't know what happened, we know it through our parents' stories, but like we live in a future today, we want to look in a future, we don't want to look in the past. So we tried to like tell not only them, but as well our country that we are new generations, give us a new chance, so we don't really look in the past that's going to ruin us.
Thank you so much, Inga,
No
for this
problem.
powerful speech. And I really do share everything you said, even though, I mean, of course, like I'm from Italy, so I do not have the same background, but I totally agree with everything you said. And from the internship point of view, like how long did the mobility take place? Like for how long were you in Serbia?
So we were there for 7 days in Serbia,
Okay.
and then when they came, they were 7 days as well with us.
Mm-hmm. And you already told us why you decided to apply for this mobility. And do you think that this experience gave you the opportunity maybe to discover also and to meet new people?
Of course, like I already met new people, not only in Serbia, but at the end of like this exchange around May, we had a camp like in Macedonia where not only that I met my old friends from Serbia, but I met as well people from Albania, Serbia, Montenegro, and so on. And we actually exchanged numbers. We met each other and we heard like each other's experience. And we had the chance to see how other people see this exchange.
Nice. And would you like to get involved like in new mobilities, in internships in your future?
I will definitely like especially because I'm really extroverted person. I really love to meet new people. I'm always excited to meet them. And I think that will make like great friendships, but as well maybe great opportunities for jobs, just like Elena said before, she found a job. So I think that everyone with that can make new friends, but as well find themselves and what they like, what they don't.
Very nice. And as I asked Helena, like, do you have any tips or suggestions for students who are about to, like to join this experience as well?
To be themselves, like being fake is not gonna work. If you're overly friendly, like if you don't like someone, you don't need to be friendly with them. That's my always motto, because if someone doesn't like you, don't push them to like you. That's going then to make a bigger problem. Be yourself, enjoy the time, try to do the best, not only to learn from there, but as well to like make great friendships, to learn something about you, because that gives you opportunity to see how well can you do alone without your parents, without anyone who can help you, just to see how well can you like manage yourself in the future.
And did you face any difficulties or challenges during the mobilities abroad?
Well, there wasn't really much problem except that when they came here. So because in one place we had like memorial, let's say, that says here Serbian people burned a certain place. And that's when we figured out that they're always looking for like that specific person, their nationality. And that's the only problem actually we saw, because people from Serbia were offended. We were not. So that's probably the only place, but on their side. On my side, that was okay.
Okay. So thank you so much, Inga, for being here and for having accepting like our invitation to be one of our speakers in this in this exchange. And as I said before, if any of the teachers from our network, if you have any question or doubt to Anissa, to Inga, or to Elena, feel free just to open your mic and ask us, or even just to write the question in the chat. And I don't know, Anissa, if you...
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can say a few things more, please.
Yeah,
because
sure.
There are some other projects and activities that also include the students exchanges, that I can say that our school and me myself as teacher are very proud of. So I would mention the partner, actually the TEF project. And that was the project, that was the acronym for Tourism Education of the Future. That project that our school also took part in was founded by the European Union. And actually, the aim of the project was to innovate different learning activities of our students, but as well as the activities of our teachers. And then I would like to mention one project that was actually took part, I think, 1 year ago. Yes, it was last year, when our 5 students did the internships in Italy, Spain, and Slovenia. And that was the part of Erasmus Plus project.
And for how long, if I may?
One student was in Slovenia, and the internship lasted, I think, 1 month. And the internships for Spain and Italy lasted 3 months. Yes, 3 months. Uh, my students told me that they had a really great experience. Of course, there were some. The first thing, the first, let's say, bad thing was that they had a language barrier, because people from Italy actually don't use English so much. So, and the official language was English, as well as Spanish people, but that was in the beginning. Later on, they just liked being there, spending time there, and of course working there. So they said that their experiences were really, really good. And I would just mention one more project. Uh, uh, Actually, this project was called, it was a kind of competition. We had two blended skills competition, also organized by a TEF organization. And those blended skills competition actually showed the diversity of different activities, of different approaches in education system, in any other aspects of life. So the first blended skill competition was held in Portugal, and the three of our students actually went there, and the groups they actually participating in were multinational groups. So their task was to prepare the meal, the dish that would be the combination of the main ingredients from all the three countries that were participating. It was an outstanding experience. They spent, as far as I can remember, 5 days there. Then there was, a few days ago, there was another online competition, but this time in tourism sector. The task was to prepare or to make a triple day trip to one country, to one city. Each student actually had, or each country had to choose one city to make that round trip to this city. And they also their impressions were also very, very positive. So if you give me a chance just to conclude my talk and to conclude my story, I would like to say that any kind of mobility, no matter if it's the mobility of students or teachers, can have only benefits, because me myself think that we actually, the main aim of all these activities, in my opinion, is just to find another way to see the world. And these exchanges and all these activities actually developed me as a global teacher, which I think is the main aim of any kind of mobility program or students exchanges.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tanisa. And I would say that, as you said, like during your speech, out there are many possibilities, like to engage in mobilities, to engage in international exchanges. So my suggestion to all the teachers is just to grab those opportunities and try to travel as much as possible along with the students. Because I think this is one of the best way to develop important skills that are needed, of course, like for the future. So thank you. Thanks a lot again. And I will invite teachers again, if you have any questions or any doubt, just use the chat or open your microphone. And as I anticipated at the beginning, I prepared one final activity for our exchange today. And I prepared for you a Mentimeter. I will share my screen so that you can join. I don't know if you are familiar with Mentimeter or not. But yeah, it is an online tool where you can have people join simultaneously. And in order to enter our Mentimeter, you can either scan the QR code with your phone, or you can just join and go on menti.com and use the code you find above. So 47187105. And as we are 43 here, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes so that all people can join. And then we can start with the first questions I prepared for you. So I can see that we are 4 now, we are 5. If you have any troubles entering the Mentimeter, just let me know and maybe we can help you out. And okay, so I think that we can start. So my first question for you all is, what subject are you teaching in your schools? So we have one response, which is English. And in order to, okay, now we have soft skills, management, we have economics. So we have different subjects on board. And in order to answer the question, you just need to type in and then click on submit. Then we also have teachers teaching job market. And okay, and then entrepreneurship. Okay, great. Then my next question would be if you have ever participated to an international mobility. And the options are yes, not yet, but I would like to, and no. Okay, so we have people who already joined mobility and people who have not yet, but maybe they would do. They would like to do it in the future. And then my next question is, where did you go in your mobility? So we had one participant who actually came to Italy, Spain, Poland, Spain again, United Kingdom, Spain, Serbia. Okay, so we We have many people who actually went to Spain or Italy. Oh, sorry, I'm admitting people. Italy again. Nice. And then I would like you think a little of a word that could summarize what the international experience is for you. So here we have that the international experience might be an opportunity for someone. Positive attitude. It is, of course, an enriching experience. It is, but it also brings challenges and not only opportunities. It is a way to find new friends. It is something memorable that you will remember for your life. Exchange of experiences, as we could hear from our speakers during the first part of our virtual exchange. It is something that it's exciting and also that brings new knowledge. And I couldn't agree more. And then what do you think are the advantages, not only for the students, but also for the school if they embrace in an international mobility? So it is a way to improve both, I think, on a personal level, but also, like on the school level. It is also a way to enlarge the network and also to make new contacts. And it is a way to improve the learning activities and also to learn to be more independent, as Inga was suggesting. And what about the challenges? What do you think are the challenges students face when they participate in international mobilities? And how, as a teacher, could you help the students overcome the challenges? And so the students might not know the language, and the teachers might support them, giving advice, tips, I think support. Yeah. The challenge of cultural recognition, and also traveling alone for the first time, language barriers, and also having to meet unrealistic expectations. And I can see that, like the language issues and the barriers is something that come a lot. And I think that the students have a way to, like actually um, exchange views, even though they do not speak the same language, they will always find a way to do that. And then teachers can help the students to understand other cultures and maybe understanding, like what is similar, what is different, because in the end, this is what the mobility is about. And okay, so these were the questions I had for you. And I would like to thank you all for being with us today. And I don't know. Oh, I saw now that some answers came through the chat. And thank you, Hilda, for your support and the fact that you share your insights as well. And so, as it was for the other virtual exchanges, we will upload the recording in the course MOOC, along with the presentations and the answers I collected via the Mentimeter. Via email, you will also receive the evaluation form, so that we can collect, like feedback on how the exchange went, and maybe we could also collect. Oh, and thank you. The form was actually shared via the chat. So if you would like to take a couple of minutes to answer the questions we prepared for you, we would be very thankful. And so thank you all for joining us again through these virtual exchanges. And also, as also Alma from CTRL is reminding in the chat, in our course MOOC, you can find new modules updated and uploaded. So please remember to go through the learning content and also answer all the quizzes and the activities we prepared for you. And if you have any issues, you can always contact the reference person from your country, or if you prefer, I can also leave my email in the chat. And of course, we are also going to send the evaluation form via email. So thank you all again for being with us today, and see you next time.